Are you booking your first client or about to? Well, we're going to talk about everything you need to know before, during, after that experience. Right now on the Biz Talk. I surprised myself, Tracey, with how dumb I could be.
But it's coming out of your mouth.
I know, but it's weird. It's like I try to get more ridiculous as we do these intros because it's fun for me. I hope it's fun for you. But it just keeps getting a little more strange.
Awkward?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, awkward is a good word. Although there's not very many awkward moments between us because everything that you say or everything I say, we kind of expect it to be insane. And so it's not awkward or surprising in the least bit.
We expect it to be annoying.
We expect it to be. If it's not annoying, that's awkward.
Yeah. It's like, what's wrong with you?
No. If Tracey was genuinely nice, no, tell me if this is true. Tell me if this is true. If Tracey is genuinely nice to me, that will be an awkward moment. It would be an awkward moment.
I think it would be an awkward moment.
No, if you were like, hey, how was, and you're like all being genuine, I'd be like,
what's wrong with you?
What the hell is going on, dude? This is weird. Stop it. Knock it off.
I think you told me that the other day when I sent a formal text. I didn't even know it was formal.
Oh, she sent this text of like, can we schedule an appointment for discussion or something like that? I'm like, with who? Who is this? She's like, with me. I'm like, how about you just call me and say, hey, you got a minute?
He never has a minute for me. Never.
All right. Let's get down to business here. There's a lot of people that are getting started in the nail industry.
Oh, I'm glad you remember what we're talking about.
Yeah, I have a clue.
It turned on now.
And it doesn't even matter. Like any service-related business, hair, skin, I think nails. I mean, obviously we're nails, so we're going to focus on that. But you can probably get a lot of takeaways from what Tracey's going to walk through. But you've booked your first client. Like,
congratulations.
Yeah. Congratulations. That's got to be like oh my God, I got, my first client. Kind of like the first dollar you get at a business, like same thing.
It's like, oh no.
OS,
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
It's got to be freaky.
You just sit there and you go, I wish I had clients. Hey, I'd like to make an appointment. Oh crap.
Yeah. Don't talk to me. Click. I'm sure it's nerve-wracking. It's scary. It's your first client. How do they go about this, Trace? What do they need to know? Everything they need to know. What is that advice you're going to give them by taking their first client? Great advice, Tracey. That's awesome.
There's so much. It's like, hopefully you have some great mentors that you're able to follow that can give you really good advice, especially for your area. Every area is a little different, I guess. Not really. No.
Well, this is what I would say. You are a great mentor to a lot of people starting in nails. That's a fact. What would you tell them?
I would say, with the fact that we have Instagram and all that, set your policies out, have everything written down prior. I think if I was going to give myself one piece of advice that I would try to play out, that's why it's nice if you have like mentors in the same salon or the people you can watch, like how they go about their policies. I wish I had that figured out. So I had situations already, I wasn't going to be caught off guard, when this happened, or if the person said this, or that I so I think policies are a very good thing to have ahead. Pricing, know your pricing, because the first client's going to be the most awkward when it comes to pricing, like, well, how much? And in your head, you're hearing, you're not worth whatever you're about to say. But it's not true.
Right.
But it's just like, you've never, who's ever had that?
It's scary.
How much are you?
Yeah.
So have that, all these things, if you have it planned out, it's super easy to respond.
Yeah.
It's almost robotic, it takes the emotion out of the moment. I think those are my pieces of advice for your first client.
And when you say policies, so can you just give some examples of of what that would be? Like what policies?
So what I see with new people is they either one are way have nothing set. There's no policies. I have no
Right,
idea.
right.
They could bring their kid, whatever, because there is no policies set. There's no late fees. There's no cancellations. There's no nothing set. And then you have the other hand where they have a 3-page contract kind of thing. I've seen
Right.
it both ways. Like they've went to an extreme. And this is where like having someone in your salon or a mentor that you can sound it off of, who will calm you down.
Yeah.
Like, first of all, no, you're not going in it with no policies. Second of all, what are you doing here? I don't even, you're scaring the crud out of me, let alone a client.
Client's going to have to bring their attorney to
Yeah.
the appointment.
It's like, I'll get back to you in about a month after my attorneys,
Yeah.
we'll go back and forth. So that's what I mean by policies.
Yeah.
Like do you have deposit? Know all this stuff, because you don't want it to be a surprise to your client. The pricing, it's part of, like, it's just the little, and it doesn't have to be long. These are my policies. Hey, I'm so excited to do you on this date. This is something I send to all my new clients.
Nice.
Here's my just
policies.
brief.
Yeah.
Very sweet, very nice. Please let me know if you have any questions.
And let's just run through like maybe something to start up. This is not, you need to research yourself, I'm telling you, and what kind of policies, the detail, but some things you might want to have to start is like kids or no kids, right?
Yep.
Pets,
Pets or no pets?
late policy, being late.
What is your policy? Is it 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes?
Correct.
Cancellation.
Cancellations. Do you take deposits? That would be anything else you can think of. I think that's a good start.
That's a good start. And what we tend to be when we first start is we're afraid of that. It's like, oh, they're gonna. People are used to it now. It's very common.
As a matter of fact, Tracy, if I booked an appointment with somebody and they emailed me back or hey, so excited to have you. Hey, just so you know, here's a list of my policies for all my customers. It's for their safety, for their care, so I can pay attention to you. Please review before you come in. I want to make sure that you understand everything. I'm beyond excited. You know what I would think as a consumer? I'd be like, yo, she's dialed in.
She's professional. Yeah.
I want to go.
What she's doing.
She knows what she's doing.
And that's why you have to keep it simple too, because you can, if you go crazy, then they're going to be like, what has happened to this person?
Dude.
Why are they so damaged?
Yeah. And don't put any red X's on your policy. No pets. No, like you want to put flowers and puppies on it. Like, I'm serious. Put flowers and puppies on like the background paper that you send. Make it lovely and fun.
Say it the way you'd want it said to you.
To you, totally.
Period. Also, I think for a new person, I would say ask them to see their nails. Like all the things that you see, techs that have been doing it for a long time, these are things that they're doing. Hey, can you shoot me a picture of your nails? Please check out my Instagram. Is there a set that you're really liking? Please send me your inspo.
Put that in your process. I think that's so good, Tracy. That's something you've talked about before, but yeah, that's a good thing to start off the bat doing. And one of the worst things would be like if a client walks in, you don't have policies, you don't have any communication beforehand, and there's like somebody's got their dog over there's kids running around the salon. You walk in, you're just like, whoa, what is going on?
And as a new tech, you're just going to be like not knowing what to do.
Yeah, and if you allow pets and children, you should put that in your policies and say they're allowed. That way the person knows, okay, I'm not going to be surprised if I walk in the salon and there's a puppy or a dog.
Yeah, because she allows them. So another client might have it.
Yeah, and then the client can decide, oh, I really want to go somewhere where this maybe not be the relationship for me. Yeah. It's good to state all that stuff so they know. But I like that because having your policies ahead of time is professional, and they'll never know that they're the first client. You know what I mean? Unless you tell them.
Don't tell them.
Yes, there we go. There we go. I was going to ask you that.
Next new thing.
Yeah.
You do not need to tell your client that they're the first client ever.
I wouldn't.
And people will ask, how long you been doing nails? And you know what I used to say? Seems like a lifetime.
That's a good answer.
Because at that moment, it seemed like a lifetime.
It seems like a lifetime. And two, you don't have to be like, I just got out of school. Like, you've been doing nails. Even if you've been doing nails since you were a kid, you can say, I've been doing nails since I was a little kid. Dreamed about it, loved school.
I came out of the womb doing nails. I electrified that umbilical cord off. I think Melissa says that. It's pretty funny.
Does she?
Yeah.
That's funny.
But yeah, because I tell you what happens. And if you happen to say it, don't freak out. because, you're just trying to make conversation or you're nervous, but it kind of chums the water.
Yeah.
There's blood in that water.
There's blood in that water.
Yeah. So they're going to be kind of on guard.
Right.
Now, don't lie to them either.
Exactly.
I heard this a piece of advice once that someone's like, I'm having a hard time getting a job. And the advice that I heard that was given was, tell them you've been doing it for 10 years. Tell them you've been doing nails for 10 years. I'm like,
awful.
Hello, you actually have to show up with your manicuring license. It's going to give the date, so.
There's that.
There's that.
Yeah.
So, but if you want to say it, go for it. That is just not information you have to give up, though.
I don't think it's there's one thing about lying and being just deceptive that way. I think that's bad. But there's another thing too. You can be honest and you don't have to say that, because here's the thing. People naturally can get freaked out of I'm the first client. Whoa, they might trip. So you can just give things that are true and just say, I've always loved nails. I've been doing nails since I was a kid.
Yep.
I loved nail school. All I do is dream, sleep, eat nails. And so I've been doing it forever. Yeah. You could say that. And you're answering the question. They're not asking, how many clients do you have? They're not asking, so am I your first client ever? How long you been in business? They're not asking those questions. You
usually divulge that information. They don't ask it. No, another thing I used to tell them, I'd look at kind of my arm and what time is it? It's been about an hour now. I've been doing nails for about an hour, just as a joke. I'm not just joking. It's been a while.
Yeah. There's ways to lighten that up. Yeah. I like that though. I think that's a good way to, not, because I don't think you should lie to clients, but at the same time, it's there's certain pieces of information that clients don't need to know. There's stuff that you keep close, and it's not like we go and tell everybody our secrets on our formulas and things that are company confidential. I think that's a piece of information you can categorize as confidential.
Yeah. And to go along with that, you don't have to divulge anything you don't want about your personal life.
Totally.
Or anything like that. Sometimes that's one of the boundaries we don't have when we first start. We kind of have to learn it. These are not your friends. They don't have to know every detail of your life. I recommend you don't give them every detail of your life. But that's totally up to every person. But, just remember, if you're not comfortable talking about it, you don't have to talk about it.
That's exactly right. Here's one thing, Tracey, I think is super key and I know you're going to agree with me, and I think we need to talk about this in terms of when you're starting out. You need to set your pricing structure down from the beginning in terms of you charge for nail art, right? Yeah. I think all too often you're so excited about getting your first client, and then you're I don't want to charge for nail art. It's too much. You get you're shy about it, or I feel bad. And if there's anything that's probably super important, I mean, if you want to do like Tracey always says, a special.
A special, yep.
You can do and even if it's a new client, it's I'm doing a
New client
special. You're a new client.
Month of July special.
Correct.
Whatever
but
it is.
Here's my regular pricing. But you should have that set up with nail art prices, editions set.
Again, if you have the conversation already done in your head or written down in your phone and notes or whatever it is, it's no longer an awkward conversation because you're taking the emotion out of it. It's done. This is set in stone. It's the answer. Automatic. Whereas if you don't know that answer, it's and let me tell you, it's even more awkward once you've been doing it for free trying to charge them.
Talk about now it's going to get weird.
Yeah.
But
what do you mean charge for that?
Yeah, for the last year, and all of a sudden you're going to raise prices and charge. From the beginning, you at least need to have that structure set up, right?
Well, I think we talked about this in the previous episode,
previous episode.
Biz Talk we just did before this one, about the person who said that their clients are just paying her whatever they want. My response is, this is going to be awkward at first because you've allowed it.
Yeah.
So now it's going to be real awkward.
That's exactly right. Like, that's not a good, you do not want to start off that way. Mm-mm. And I feel bad for her because I'm empathetic because I know she's scared and I know it's like, hey, pay me what you want to pay me. You know, you don't like to talk about pricing. You don't like to talk about money. I'm sure it's all those things.
Well, and it's either two things. You know, I said, I don't know if it's one, you never set your pricing, you know, and so therefore they've just done their own thing. And now you need to set your pricing. So you need to give them notice. Or two, you've set your pricing, but you never made them follow the pricing. And so that's a little different conversation of, hey, just a reminder, this is my pricing. This is what I expect when you come.
Yeah.
But either way, it's going to be a little awkward.
It's going to be a little awkward. There's no way around it. So try to avoid, these are like, I think this is a great episode for anybody that's like starting, you know, getting you to understand, getting organized before you launch, so to speak, policies, everything. So you are looking professional. And even if you have your pricing, if you have your policies and your pricing set, and the customer comes in and they start asking questions, and like Tracey said, you're not like, oh, well, you know, $40 is fine. Like, you can't do that. How much is your full set? 50, whatever, $75 full set, 55 for fills. Don't go by this. I'm just throwing numbers out there, and nail art is, you know, $10 per color is what or $5 per glitter, whatever color. I even forget the pricing, but, $5 per color, for nail art. So whether that's a glitter or a gel polish edition or a marbling on top of this and that or whatever, mylar, confettis, it's $5 each one.
Yeah.
So if you have that set and you know your stuff, there's gonna be like a trust established. There's just gonna be a respect, right? Without the client really knowing that they're respecting you, they're like, whoa, she knows her stuff. She's got her business down. That creates trust, respect, and then you're like, cool, I like this.
It's actually doing your clients a favor. I don't like it when I go to someone and they say, pay me what you want.
Oh, that's awful. That's awful.
I don't know what I'm supposed to pay you. Like, give me a range. Like, give me something. Either one, I'm going to underpay you, or two, I'm going to overpay you. And either way, I don't like that. I just want to pay you what you charge.
Dude, it's your business, okay? You have to take responsibility for setting your prices. It's not the customer's responsibility to make that decision. You're putting weight. As a matter of fact, I'd be surprised if that customer comes back unless they're taking full advantage of you and they're cool with it, you know, which that's not good either.
No, because then you don't want them who you're going to get rid of as a client.
Exactly.
If you can.
Exactly.
And that's not fair to them because they never knew.
Yeah, exactly. So all in all, you know, have your policies in place. Write them down like Tracey said. Send it to them first before you even have that appointment. Have them send pictures of their nails so you can check them out and see. Pricing, have it set. Make sure you have your nail art. You're charging for your nail art as well. Have that dialed in. That's a good foundation. I think you can work from there. Let us know in the comments below your thoughts on this as well. What did you do? Do you have any other advice that we missed for those that are getting started? We'd love to hear about it in the comments below. And also, any other topics you want us to talk about, please let us know in the comments below. Tracey, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you guys for joining us. We'll see you next time on the Biz Talk.